everyone, it's Anthony back with another video here on Single and Placing. Hi. I have to just barely put my fingers in there because I've got you really zoomed in. You might be spitting out your coffee or beverage or whatever you have with you because I'm actually at the diamond painting table. Yeah, me inside and filming. But yeah, I hope you're having a great day, all of that good stuff. Please leave in the comments how things are going for you. This is actually going to be kind of quote unquote part 3 of my little spotlight or focus on Francesca's Studio Works. Francesca's Studio Works is an online shop that launched recently, offering a la carte drills or bulk drills for either different projects, be it cross-stitch conversion or if you're just looking for some extra drills or replacement drills. And so I did a video where we did a walkthrough of the site. I did another video unboxing this particular project. And so this is a little kind of mini, not really a WIP chat, but more of a show and tell. I just wanted to show people how the drills place, what they look like shaken through in the tray, all of that good stuff. So, and just kind of give my initial thoughts working with these drills. So I want to talk first about all of the other things I have in front of us so that I'm working with other than the drills, and then we'll talk specifically about the diamonds or the drills. So first things first, this project is Darth Vader by Mandie Manzano, and this is a cross-stitch conversion from Creatively Stitching. It is a something by something centimeter. I don't remember the sizing. Hold on, let's see if I can pull that. I don't know if I can pull that right now. I'm using Markup RXP, so I don't have the exact sizing. My apologies, and I don't think it's on the canvas itself. If I can remember in post to put a title card with the sizing, I will. But this kit does have 96 colors here, or 96 colors to it, and obviously square drill, and the canvas is from Heaven and Earth Designs. So this is a really nice thick canvas material. I'll probably do a little bit more of a review because this is my first time using or working on a Heaven and Earth Designs canvas. I'll do more of an in-depth review when I do a finish of this project because this is really focusing on the drills. I just wanted to quickly touch on the other stuff I'm using. So we'll breeze past that. I'll talk more about my thoughts on Heaven and Earth Designs canvases when we do a full review of the project as a whole. I've got my little chicken feet Mary Minder here, cover minder from Mary Making and More. Once again, like I said, as far as the technology, I've got Markup RXP is what I'm using to check off my stitches for this. My pen is from Enabler's Outpost. This is my favorite pen right now. It's my thick pen with 3 C's or 2 C's. I don't remember. It's the big boy. And I've got my single placer and my 5-placer, both from Everlasting Tips. I'm gonna go ahead and fill those right now with some Mary Mud. This is Cupcakes at Tiffany's, and this is the first time I've used this, so I'm super excited. I just took out, I think I was using root beer, and so I wanted to give this one a shot. So I'll do a little show and tell. So it's a glitter mud, and it's got like a frosting kind of smell, like a frosting cupcake smell. It's so pretty in the light, I love it. Okay, so yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. I'm just going to go ahead and load my pen real quick. Yeah, I'll do, I mean, this is a kind of a mini WIP chat, so you'll probably get some more life stuff from me when we do any sort of hike or something this weekend, but it is Friday evening after work, and so I figured I'd go ahead and get this done. That way I can post this series of videos. Since Francesca's shop just went live, so I'm like, let's get all of this going. So there's that Mary Mud in our 5-placer, in our single placer. You can see a little bit of the glitter. That's really cool. Awesome. And it smells, it's got like a frosting kind of cream cheesy smell, like cream cheese frosting, so, or buttercream. Okay, so that's all the stuff I'm using as far as like tools and supplies. So let's talk about these drills. Oh, I guess my tray. My tray is from Mooney Made. This is a UV tray, so it'll change color to like a pink in the light, but I like it because it's kind of a white ivory and it really shows drill colors. So I figured that would be a good color to use for this little project here. Okay, so I'm just taking a look at my pattern. Right now, I'm going to be working with 310. This is Darth Vader in this pattern. If I can remember, once again, I'll also throw in, I will throw in the image, a little kind of thumbnail or mini. So a lot of 310, a lot of black in this kit. It's actually a gift for my roommate. I was initially going to do Batman Hush for him, but just that the size of that kit's just really intimidating. It's from Diamond Art Club. So I think this will be a good alternative. He really likes Star Wars. So I just shook those 310 drills through, and I love, look at the sparkle and glisten on those drills. They're just super sparkly. They reflect a ton of light, and they're super uniform squares. These are 100% resin. You will see, because I think it's mainly because 310 typically has the most trash when you're working with this color, because it's just the most mass-produced color. And so I kind of felt a little bit bad. Francesca let me pick which pattern I wanted to do, and she would send me the drills for free to do a review. And I wanted to pick something that was like, well, I want to pick something that's trending. You know, if I'm going to get sent free drills, I'll pick something that might not normally be my style, step out of my comfort zone. So I went to the world of Disney and Mandie Manzano and decided to get this. But then I was like, ooh, that's a lot of 310. Like, I'm really putting her to the test. Like, this is the hardest color to get really, really beautiful uniform drills, but I think that these look great. You will see little, like, we can take a look at this particular drill here. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. Let's see if it'll focus. No. Bring it down. That's a little bit better. Basically, it has the teensiest little, like, knobbly, little, like, extra piece on one corner, but it's still, I think it's still functional. I might put it in the trash tray just to see, just to get it out of there and focus on the perfect ones, but I'm not incredibly picky. But I'm loving how flat the bottoms are, super, super flat and uniform. Just excellent quality resin drills, right up there with your premium diamond painting shops. So I really like them. They shake through the tray really well. I did notice when I was kitting up that there was a bit of static, quite a bit of static in the machine packed baggies, but I ended up just trying a couple of different things to reduce that. What I ended up doing is just using a lot of dryer sheets. And sorry, if you can see my arm has a little scratch on it. Apollo decided he wanted to play rough. So yeah, I just used some dryer sheets in the baggies, and then anything excess I would just put in the tray. Like, I would dump out any like flyaway drills into this tray, and then I would put the lid on top of this tray and put a dryer sheet in the tray and then shake it up with the stopper on it. And that seemed to really work. And then them just sitting in their containers, my art dot containers, like, I'm not noticing any static anymore in almost any of the colors. So I think they just needed to rest a little bit. And I know there's so many different things that people say as a reason for static. It can be the weather, climate, humidity, all of that stuff. I think that the like the actual machines themselves that package the drills may also have a bunch of static on them. I've seen what those machines look like, and they're just kind of these metal machines, and you can see that they're like, sometimes you'll get a look at one of them and it's like covered in drills, like static clung drills to the sides of it and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, it's probably a little bit of everything, you know? So I just kind of do the best that I can when I get drills that have some static to them. So, but yeah, it's going really well. I'm really enjoying this project. I can give you a status update on where I am. You're upside down from what I'm working on. Obviously, you probably already noticed that. But let's see, we just did this line. I'm just highlighting what I finished so I don't forget. So currently I am 21.3% complete with this canvas. With this project, it has a total of about 62,208 drills. So just a lot of 310. This is actually the first time that it hasn't been majority 310. So, but yeah, just a ton of 310 here, which I don't mind. I actually kind of like it. And that's just the nature of Mandie Manzano's style. But I definitely felt a little bit bad for picking this kit for Francesca Studio Works to provide, because I'm like, wow, like I picked the one that's gonna have the most of the hardest color to get like perfect consistent drills, you know. But I'm surprised that things are looking really good, all things considered. You know, like I don't really have, I have a trash jar and it's got only like a couple of pieces of stuff in it. But like I said, I'm not as picky as some folks, but this is definitely cleaner, cleaner 310s than I've seen from other shops. So no complaints from me. So we're gonna go 1, 2, and then we need to go 1, 2. That should leave an empty one. Perfect. And then this is 2s all the way up. Okay. So yeah, as far as them fitting together, I'm very happy with that. I've noticed that, you know, something to keep in mind is if you're getting your drills from a company that doesn't offer canvases, so you've got to get source your canvases elsewhere, different shops will have a different tightness of their drill field. So I feel like Heaven and Earth Designs might be a little bit more generous or a little bit more relaxed with the sizing of the squares on their drill field, meaning that it'll help prevent any sort of popping if you've got drills that are a little big or a little outsized. But if you've got drills that are really consistent and super high quality, you might notice some gapping because they've left room for error, and there's less error with, you know, certain quality drills. And it also depends on how you place too. But I've just noticed that certain areas, I don't think you can see it in camera, a little bit right there. Where is it? Right there. A little teensy bit of gapping. You can see some right there too. Right here, if you can see that. Right here, if you can see that. So little bits of gapping here and there. It's a combination of both me not being the best placer in the world, but there's just a little bit of wiggle room or extra space on this drill field, which is great, once again, if you're trying to compensate for maybe some drills that aren't the best quality, which I think they're doing. But when you have drills like this that are just super uniform and just gorgeous, they fit together so well, so you end up sometimes with a little bit of gapping because the drill field's compensating when it doesn't need to. So just something to keep in mind. It's not that detrimental, like it's not a huge issue for me. I wonder if you can see all the way over here. No, you can't. There's some more areas that are a little bit bigger. It's not that big of an issue for me. It's also extra apparent on this particular kit because there's so much 310. I mean, black with a white background is always going to show gapping no matter what. So it's kind of like, in this instance, it's unavoidable. I think with lighter colors, it'd be a little less apparent. So what I'm going to probably do is use some mica powder and do a little dusting of maybe a super dark gray or something like that after I'm done across the entire canvas, or at least in the areas that have majority black, just to even that out a little bit. So it's no fault of Heaven and Earth Designs. I think that they are trying to accommodate a bunch of different drill companies and products that are going to be used on their canvases. So it's no issue there, and it's certainly not an issue with Francesca Studio Works. I mean, these drills are fantastic. It's just kind of the nature of working with products from two different companies. You know, they're not as synergistic as maybe a company that did canvases and drills, because I would assume their drill fields matching their drill sizing, so, or getting it as tight as they can based on the quality of their product. So it's just interesting. I found it interesting when I was working on it. I was like, oh wow, there is some gapping here. And then I was like, but these drills are like stunning, you know? So I think it's just, you know, it's just the nature of working with materials from a bunch of different places. Okay, 1, perfect. I thought I was gonna mess up that I was gonna mess up this pattern here, but nope, I got it. Whoopsie. So yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving working with these drills. Like I said, right up there with the highest tier quality drills that I've used from other shops. So yeah, I probably won't ever do a one-to-one direct comparison of like, I just don't want to get into a place where I'm like these drills versus these drills. That's not me. I will just kind of review them independent of each other and just say that these are right up there with a lot of other places. No qualms. I think the only hiccup that I had was that static, but I just had to get creative and use some dryer sheets and make that work. So it was fine. It was fine. And who knows? I'm curious to see now that the weather's changed. It's starting to warm up here in Colorado quite a bit. Well, I say that, and it was super cold yesterday. In general, it's trending warmer. By the time I get to the next unboxing of a Francesca's Studio Works project, it'll be probably the dead of summer. So I'm curious to see if that changes what the inside of those bags is like from a humidity and static standpoint. But anyway, all right, so it looks like our next color is DMC 9, which is a color that does not exist in diamond painting. So Francesca actually did the replacement color for me. And so the alternate DMC was 3031. So that's what I have here. So I have it marked as 9, 3031. And then one, just the one on here. Can you see that? So 9 is in reference from what the DMC was on the cross stitch pattern. 3031 was what it was substituted as. 1 just references the number that it is in the series of colors. So it was the first one on the list, so I call it number 1. That's how I was able to figure out that there was a total of 96, is because they're all labeled 1 through 96. So anyway, so let's do another color. I just want to show you a couple more just so you have a good look at the quality here. Isn't that nice? Beautiful. I love them. I love them. The shine here and the sheen here is just fantastic. So, and I've been, chatting with Francesca for what feels like a few months now, just kind of talking about, she was just asking me on some opinions for a couple of things, and then I asked her help in working on a project. Let's see, one, and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. Okay. And then, yeah, so we've been going back and forth a little bit, and she's tossed around other ideas too of like making some adjustments to her product lineup already. So it's like, I love that her mindset is like, we've just started, but I'm already thinking about like, where can I eke out some more quality or really wow people and make some adjustments. So I really like that, but I think right out of the gate, it's just awesome, really nice quality drills. So it's really cool. I feel like, I've said it before, I feel like a lot of newer shops are just hitting the ground with just like knockout stellar products, and it's just super impressive. A lot of other shops and stuff that may have been around for a really long time, since like, kind of the evolution or the start of diamond painting in the US, I guess, are really taking off, are still trying to get to that place. And there's like these new shops that are coming out that are just like A+ work from day one. It's like, how cool is that? Like, what a time to be alive. So I'm just very impressed, very happy with what she has to offer. And I can't wait to see other people's thoughts and feelings on them. But the drills just, they fit together beautifully. They will have, when you're multi-placing, they do that crunch or kind of snap when you're placing multiple drills. And you can, depending on, let's see, what am I doing here? Depending on how you're placing, you can get it to happen more often as well. But I tend to, I don't know, mine tend to be quiet unless I'm multi-placing. And then I'm also noting, I'm getting a little bit of a pop. This is the Mary Mud, but I'm getting a little bit of a stick from the Mary Mud, but sometimes I think it depends on the scent. I'm also curious if the glitter is maybe impacting it, but it's a very quiet mud, this cupcakes at Tiffany's. I'm not getting the like, which is okay, but I do like that. I'm curious if it is the glitter that maybe, I don't know. It's interesting. But sometimes I feel like maybe some of the fragrances have a different impact on like, I don't know. I don't make putty, so I'm not sure, but this is a quiet one. That's all I'll say. But enough about that. Back to the drills. That's what we're here to talk about. They're fantastic. I'm just super duper impressed. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay. There we go. We got a little something there. 1, 2, 3, 1. And then up over. Yes, 1. Perfect. Okay. And then it looks like we just have that one up top. Okay, so that's it for that color. I'm doing these in 3x3 sections, so this is a total of 900 drills per diamond painting session. Whoops, I missed. Nope, I didn't. I got those. Per diamond painting session. This one, and this is mainly just due to how many squares I can fit on my iPad. Let's see. And it was just more comfortable for me at this size to do them in these 3x3 sections. So, so there's our first two colors. I'm going to go ahead and just introduce you to one more color just so you can see the consistency and that quality, and then we'll wrap it up. Like I said, this really isn't a, here's what's going in my life, WIP Chat. This is more of just kind of a product review. I want this to kind of live on its own as far as like the timeline. That way if people do search Francesca's studio works, then this will pop up and it's not tied to like a specific date. 3371. Sorry if I'm getting my face in the camera. Okay. So this is a darker brown. Oops. I think I might have just lost one. Luckily we got extras from Francesca's studio work. So this is 3371, kind of a deeper brown. So this whole color palette is like deep browns and grays and blacks and some reds. So you're not going to see like a ton of bright poppy colors, but the next time I work on a project from her, then I will make sure that I show off some brighter colors. I want to order one more kit and really pick something super intensely bright and poppy just to see what her manufacturer supplier does with those DMC codes. I'd be curious to see that. So now we're getting to some multi-placing here. So you can see they pick up beautifully with my 5-placer. No issues. We get a little bit of crunch there, which is nice. And then it looks like we've got that, and then 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, cool. So multi-placing with these, totally fine. I've used up to a 7-placer with these drills, no issues. They snap together perfectly. They're not getting all wonky or like kind of cockeyed on my diamond painting pen. They're very uniform. DMC to DMC, the sizing is very uniform too. Like it's all there, which is awesome. I love that I'm not having to fuss with my drills to get them to place the way I want to or sit the way I want to. They just go, which is awesome. So we're going to go all the way over to one past. There we go. And then, wait, is that right? Yep, and then skip one. Is that right? Yes, and I messed this up. This should actually be a break of 2. I'm just going to bump these guys over. Excuse me. There you go. Thank you. Okay, and then let's go ahead and do one more row, and then we'll call it. So I'm just highlighting with my Apple Pencil as I go. So we're going to do one here, and then one, skip one, and then that goes all the way over until we're 4 past our line, so we need 8. Sorry, these are all my mental counting like phrases and stuff. So if it sounds like a bunch of gibberish to you, it does. And sometimes to me, I'm like, what am I even saying? But in my head at the time, it's like, okay, place 1, skip 1, 5 over the line, like all these weird like terms. It is not any sort of official lingo for cross stitch conversion. It's just what I say in my head to like make sure that I'm not misplacing stuff. But yeah, they just are, they're really nice drills. Like there's not a ton more to say other than they are absolutely the premium quality that I was expecting, and that Francesca is very proud of. So I think that these will be a great option for folks that want a premium product that's close in style to some of their higher end prepackaged kit companies, but in a cross stitch conversion or spare drill or extra drill format. So it's a nice option, and I can't wait to see where Francesca's Studio Works goes in terms of releasing prepackaged diamond painting kits. I think that's going to be really exciting. Yeah, I see a lot of room for some really cool stuff to happen here. So let's see, 2 over the line, perfect. And anytime, sometimes if I don't place really successfully, and this happens with any square drill, sometimes it's kind of sitting up on the other ones, I just go back through and give a little press, but it's rare that I have like a ton of issues. So, okay, so we wanted to go all the way to 3 past the line here, 3 past the line. And then we're going to go all the way over and stack on this one, skip 1, and then 7, 5. But yeah, they just, look at how nice those just sit right next to each other. Beautiful. And then that's it for that line. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, if you need additional show and tell with this, with these drills, just to see them in action some more. Like I said, I wish this was a kit that had like some super bright colors so you could see the vibrancy and tone that her supplier is getting out of their DMCs. But if there is some, let me see if there's some brighter reds, and I'll just show you in the container what those look like. But I'm gonna put this away for the day because I've got some other stuff I need to work on. Ooh, that isn't over. How did I get all those drills in there? You know, sometimes you like open a container and then you go to put your drills back and you're like, how did those fit in there? That is what I'm dealing with right now. Oh my goodness, do I have another one of these? I do. It's just as full though. Whew. What did I do here? Okay, we're gonna have to, let's see. Let me put this over here on the tray. I guess it wasn't, ooh, oh my goodness. I may get another container and shift all my drills down. I don't know how I crammed all of those drills in there. Sometimes they just sit different, you know? Sometimes I'll run my container over my drills because it kind of gives them a little shake and a little shimmy and they'll sink, but I overfilled that. That was a mistake. Sometimes I get a little too excited when I get to condense a container, and I'll be like, they'll fit, and then the next time I go to use it and it's like I only need like 1 or 2 drills, I'm like, this is a nightmare. Why didn't I just give myself two half empty ones? Okay, I got them back in, but I'm gonna have to figure something out with that because that's gonna be a pain. Okay, so I wanted to show you just some brighter colors. So here is 816. Let's see, let's take a look at that. Nice and bright. So that's kind of the brightest you get with this kit because it's just the style. This is 304, another red. Like the reds are really all we've got as far as vibrant tones. There's a teensy bit of this really bright orange, and that's 922. So yeah, once I get to a kit that has some brighter tones, we can definitely take a look at that, because sometimes that's also a test for me, is like, how did they get those super intense greens, and you know, how did all those come out? But this is basically black, brown, gray, and red. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions, comments. Like I said, I'll be happy to do a more in-depth look at these drills, but I just wanted to give you a little taste of the quality here. I think they look fantastic. I love the shine and glimmer on them. They're fitting together super well. They're just nice drills. They're very premium, very high quality. But yeah, let me, like I said, comment anything that you need. If you didn't get a chance, go back and take a look at the unboxing of this kit, as well as the site walkthrough that I did. Otherwise, I guess happy placing, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. Bye, 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 bye. Bye.